Hello, in this video, I'm going to have two different hosts, one for the finance and then the financial department and one for the sales department, right? So those hosts will be in two different subnets, right? And what I want to do is that I want it to be that the sales department, the sales managers, they can only access the web server for the finance department via port 80. They can only access the web server, right? They can't access it via SSH, like via port 22. So I will be the only one that can access it that can access the host, the finance host via port 22. So let me just get into it. So I'll first of all create the VCN, Virtual Cloud Network, right? So I'll click on VCN, so which is like a private, network. So the name I'm going to call it is VCN mod 3, right? So the compartment I'm going to use the resource networking. So that's going to be the compartment. Can't close this one. Yes, exit. Okay, so then the cider block, I'm going to use 10.0.0.0 slash 16. Yeah, 10.0.0.0 zeros slash 16. Okay, so then I'm gonna leave all these. We just come down and click on create VCN. So once this is done, let me see. Say select. Let me do m.0.0.0 slash 16. Okay, so create VCN. So once this is created, I'm going to create subnets, right? And once we create our VCN, it automatically comes with three things. It comes with okay, so let me see. Okay, yeah, so let me create my subnet now, right? I don't see that, so maybe that's changed. Like I used to know that it comes with, I think, a route table, um, DHCP, and I think security list, but I don't see that here. So let me create the subnet. So I'm going to create the first subnet. So for the first subnet, I'll just call it finance subnet, paste. Then it's going to be in the networking compartment. And I'll use this subnet type. So the CIDR block now will be like a subset of the subnet for the VCN, right? So it's going to be like a partition, basically. So use this one. Um, so for this one is going to be public. Yeah, it's going to be public. And okay, we'll leave everything the way they are. Let me change the compartment here to networking. Use the default. Change the compartment here to networking. Use the default. Yeah, use this one. Use this one. Okay. So I think that should be it. Now click on create. Okay. So let me reload. Mm, see the subnets I just created. Let me create another one. And go back. Networking. Create this network. Inside this. Okay, yeah. So this is the subnet. So I was just wondering. Okay, so let me create the next one. So the next one will be the sales subnet, right? The next subnet will be the sales subnet. So just paste. So the compartments. So the cider block will be different. Cider block have to be different from the cider block for the finance subnet. So it's like another partition of the virtual cloud network. So this one now be 10.0.2, right? And then I'm going to use I'm going to use the default route table, public. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. The security, I'm going to use this one. Okay, so just click on create subnet. So once that is created, I'll create security list where I'm going to define my ingress and my egress rule, right? So now, as we can see, the two subnets have been created and their CIDR block are different, right? They're in different partition. So now let me go to my security list. So come here, I'll click on create security list. So the first one, I'll create the sales security list, right? Sales security list, copy. So compartment will be, yeah, network. Then for allow rules for ingress, I'm going to add, and then, so for this one, the the source CIDR block will be my own IP address so that I will be able to access the finance, portal, right, via port 22. So the destination port here will be port 22, right? And so the source, let me get my own IP address. So I'm going to come to this, what is my IP address.com. So it's going to be this one. Copy this and come back here. Paste /32. Right. So yeah, so this is going to be it. Yeah, the destination port will be 22. And then for the egress rule, it's going to be destination will just be 000. So that basically the instance that will be here will be able to access the internet, right? So that will be it. Okay. Rush rule. Okay, just making sure. Okay, create security list. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to create another one. I'm going to create another one for the finance. Paste. Then for allow rule, So for this one now, for the finance, I think I missed. Okay, so for the finance, my first ingress will be um okay. So the first ingress will be the same. So let me copy this. Paste slash 32. And then the destination port will be port 22. So this one is so that I can also access um the finance portal, the instance that will be in the finance subnet via SSH via port 22. And then I'm going to create another ingress rule here. I'm going to create another one. So this one will be so that the let me open my so that my subnet 2, right? Which is, let me see, the sales subnet, yeah. The sales subnet, which is, yeah, the sales subnet will be able to access the finance subnet via port 18, right? So we'll be able to access the web server via port 18. So the sales subnet, the CIDR block is 10.0.0, 10.2.0 slash 24. So the destination port will be 18. Yeah. Then now for the egress, the egress will be the same 0.0.0.0 slash 0. Okay. So great. So the next thing I need to do is to associate the security list, right? These two security lists, to associate them with the subnet. So let me go to the subnet, click inside the subnet, save subnet. Then I'll come to add security list, click on that. So for the security list, I'll choose on the this one here. Let me see. Add security list. So I'm going to delete this default one. I'm going to delete this one. Remove, remove. Okay. So then also come back to my go back. Submit. Yes, finance submit. Come here and add security list for the finance. Come here. Choose the finance. And add security list. Okay, I'll remove this one. Okay. Okay. So let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I think this looks good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the internet gateway, right? So let me reload all this. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to create the internet gateway. Next, let me come with internet gateway. And then click on create internet gateway. So I'll call the name internet gateway mode 3, paste. And yeah, I think that's it. Just create the internet gateway. So create it. So then the next thing is I will add a route to the internet gateway. Right. So okay, so I'll click on this and I'll add route rule. The route rule. Okay, skip source slash check in the VNIC that private site. Okay. So let me see for this one. It's going to be internet gateway, and the destination CIDR block will be 0, public, 0, and then it's going to be this one, and that will be it. So this is going to be responsible for routing the traffic in our um in our virtual cloud network, VCN. Okay, so this is done now. So we've been able to create VCN to subnets and you know, the security list, right? And security list which contains the ingress and the egress, and also we created internet gateway, and also we added a route to the internet gateway. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the finance instance, right? The virtual machine, yeah, the finance portal, the finance web portal will be running on. So I'm going to come back to come to home, and I'll come to compute. I'll click on instances, and so I'll come down here to compartments. I'll change it to resource compute, right down here, because I already created those compartments in, already created those compartments. So click on the instance, and then the name of the instance, I'll just put finance VM, finance VM. So it's going to be finance VM, and then the compartment will be compute. This is the always free tier. Yeah, so that's it. Then the image, let me see. Okay, yeah. And then for this one, the shape, always free tier. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's the correct one. Yeah. So always free tier. Then I'm going to create SSH key to be able to connect remotely to the instance, right? Save. Um, so So I'll click on the save private key, and then I'll just call the name and say finance private say finance dot key. I'm gonna save it here. So so what I'm gonna do, okay, for now I'm just gonna save it here because yeah, yeah, save. Okay, so it's saved there now, finance dot key, and then I'll come to git bash, right? Come to git bash. Um, mm, bash. So I'll connect remotely to my connect remotely there. So I'll come cd AWS, and then inside this now I have the finance. Yeah, the finance keys there. So I'm gonna use SSH dash I. So my um it's oh, I've not created the instance. Because I need to not created the instance. I need to get a public IP address to be able to. Okay, let me see. Oh, so I need to edit this, thankfully. So let me edit. So I'm going to use the existing network, right? So change it to network. I'm going to use this one. Then also for this one, I'm going to change it to this. Yeah. So this one should be finance, not sales. So this one should be finance. Yeah. Thankfully, I caught that. Okay. 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 So yeah, this looks good. Compute. And this is the resource networking. This is the VCN finance subnet. Okay. And this good. Then create. So, so once that is created, it's provisioning now. So once the instance is provisioned, I'm going to connect to it remotely. So it's provisioning now. Okay, so this has been done now. It's running, right? The instance is up and running. So I'm going to use the IP address to connect the public IP address to connect to it remotely. So let me go back to my git bash. So where is it? So first of all, I need to chmod change permission 600, then use the key paste. Okay, then I need to connect to it remotely to the instance SSH dash I, and paste as the private, the key, right? Then then and I have OPC at then the public IP address, which is this. Paste. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So I'm connected to the finance VM now. So what I'm going to do is I need to install the HTTP right web server. Um, so this might take a while. So um,